Hey, what's up, guys? Just sitting here waiting for food. Thought I'd make a quick video on why this November I plan on supporting President Trump. Now, when it comes to politics and presidents, my philosophy, I call them the three P's: peace, prosperity, and preservation of the Constitution. So, number one, peace. You know, I'm not a big believer in, all of these senseless wars that, presidents, end up going in. And I find that President Trump, he's been a president with restraint when it comes to that. And he's the only president in the modern era who hasn't started a war. They gave Barack Obama the Nobel Peace Prize, and he's bombed more countries than any president since World War II. So that was pretty strange to see him get that before he even really did anything. But President Trump has been a president who has really, really showed restraint and is not interested in just starting senseless wars. So I think that if the need be, if it came to it, he would get the job done with overwhelming power. So he's building up the military on the one hand, so nobody don't mess with us. But at the same time, he is going to be responsible and not, get us into any, quagmires and senseless wars and things just for politics and things of that nature. So I appreciate President Trump for that. Number two, prosperity. President Trump, obviously being a businessman, knows how prosperity works. And so, he cut taxes, and he cut massive regulations, especially all those regulations that Obama put on that strangle businesses. And he just allowed people just to create and, allow the free economy to work, the market economy. And so what we saw right before COVID was historic unemployment lows, whether it be in the black community, Spanish, women, every different sector of society was benefiting from the policies that President Trump that he instilled. And if it weren't for COVID, I think we'd still be doing, we still be doing it great. So I love the taxes. One of the things the media and the Democrats lied about was that this was a tax cut for the rich. Nonsense. It was the biggest tax. If you look at the chart, the biggest tax cut came to the middle class. Not upper middle class, but middle class at 4%. They got 4% tax cut. And so it was very beneficial to the average person. And it was a boom for the economy. And I think once this COVID stuff is over, he'll get us back to where we were before. And so, and Joe Biden has already said that he wants to eliminate those tax cuts. So he's going to raise taxes automatically out the gate. So President Trump definitely gets the, it will be the one to get us where we need to be when it comes to prosperity. And the third is preservation of our Constitution. President Trump has nominated massive amounts of conservative justices that are determined to uphold the Constitution of the United States, not activist judges who are going to look at the Constitution as some living, breathing document like the Democrats talk about, where it changes based on the, the circumstances of the day, as far as society is concerned. Certain things are acceptable today, so therefore the Constitution at this point is now valid. No, he wants originalist judges. He's appointing people that are going to be beholden to the Constitution. And unlike the Democrat nominations that have gone forth, where they simply are just voting based on politics, he's nominating people that's actually going to, and mostly I should say, that are going to uphold the Constitution. And that's really, that's the kind of policies that this country needs. We need to uphold the reasons why this country is so great. It's because of our laws and our Constitution. And another thing, President Trump is not allowing our border just to be overrun, where people are just flowing in at massive levels and taking American jobs. And Biden, on the other hand, is talking about paying for these people, giving them health care, at taxpayer expense. It's crazy. So I definitely would vote for Trump based on policy and his production as president so far, than I would any Democrat like Joe Biden. Joe Biden's a washed up, broke down Washington swamp rat who's been there forever and has nothing to show for it. What has Joe Biden ever done for the American people that he can hang his hat on? He's just there getting rich. That's it. Him and his family. They've done nothing for the American people. President Trump has a great record in a short 3 years. And so I could go on. There's lots of more policies, whether you're talking about, the Democrats' climate change policy. I mean, did you watch the Democrats' debates? They're talking about getting rid of fossil fuels. Who's that going to affect? What's going to happen when fossil fuels become rare, when oil is rare and gas is rare, where, because they're going to stop fracking. They want to stop drilling. Who's that going to affect? What's going to happen to your, when you go fill up your tank? What's going to happen when you pay your light bill? You want to pay 4 times more than you're paying right now? Yeah, then you should vote for Biden. But no, I want more. Obviously, pure economics, the more of something you have, the cheaper it is. That's why dirt is cheap, because it's everywhere. But if you want to stop drilling and stop fracking like the Democrats do, it's going to cause our energy prices to skyrocket. And that's going to hurt just average Americans. It's going to hurt lower income Americans. So these Democrats who claim that they're for the people, they're for the working people, is nonsense. They're lying. They're going to hurt the American people. They're going to raise taxes. So those are just a few things right off the top of the head that, is reasons why every American should be voting for Trump this November. And, I just pray that this election, it goes the right way, because if you care about your country and you want to preserve your country, you need to keep the Democrats out of power, because they are dangerous. Right now, the things that they're trying to hoist on the American people are downright scary. It's downright scary. And I, for one, am going to run to the polls and make sure that President Donald J. Trump is reelected.